Hey, what's going on guys? JayzTwoCents here, and I'm taking a break from working on Skunkworks version 3.0, yes, 3.0, where I'm finally gonna put in those 3 Titan X's and a whole new loop. So, as always, I bite off way more than I think I'm gonna need to do when it comes to these builds, and as you can see, I've completely gutted the system. But this is a perfect opportunity to show you a product that my friends over at Massdrop sent to me, which is the Hurricane Canless air system. Today's video is sponsored by Massdrop, the largest community commerce platform in the world. Head to Massdrop today and suggest something to be dropped. Not like literally dropped, but you know, where they bring the price down and stuff. Now I'm always running out of canned air, especially since I live in such a dusty area. I figured that this would be the perfect time to give this thing a shot and see how well it works. And actually, for one lucky viewer out there, you're actually going to get a chance to win one of these by signing up for Massdrop, which is down in the description. It's completely free. There's also a link to the drop where you guys can get this even cheaper. Now the box is pretty simple. It's just a cardboard box, and inside you'll find some instructions, professional safety.
We don't practice safety around here.
And then you've got the Hurricane itself and some attachments and a charger. So essentially, it's basically just like a little vacuum cleaner, only instead of sucking, it blows. So here it is right here. It comes pre-charged, and rest in peace, headphone listeners. This thing is pretty freaking loud. That is what I'm gonna say is probably con number 1 with Canless air systems. And it's funny they call it Canless because they're like, never go canned air again. But that's like downfall number 1 is just, in order to push enough air, it's got to move a motor extremely fast. And it is extremely noisy. Now it does come with a flex tube. It also comes with a sort of a nozzled high pressure pointer, an extender piece, and so it's got a whole bunch of attachments. It's like a tiny little car vacuum, like I said, only it blows air. Now it's just got the one setting, which is on and incredibly loud. Now one of the attachments here is a little electronics brush. Now they do advertise that this thing is completely safe for electronics, so that's what makes it a little bit better than canned air. Where canned air, especially when the can is full, will tend to blow out some of the gas or the actual liquid, which is turning into a gas. You know, you shake it or hold it upside down and you get all that like spray. Yeah, that could sometimes damage electronics depending on how much condensation builds up or how much you're doing it. Let's go ahead and see how well this thing performs. I don't think it says on here specs on how fast the motor is or anything like that. Doesn't really matter. But I do also have somewhere around here, right here. I meant to do that. I also have a can of canned air, and we have the Canless air system. So I guess maybe we'll see how well these things do head to head.
Transition.
So as you guys can see, Skunkworks is, well, a little bit dirty. You guys always think the system's so clean. Well, there you go. Now one of the things that makes Skunkworks kind of difficult to keep clean is the powder coating on here. As you can hear, it's very textured. It almost feels like sandpaper in some areas, so that's gonna catch dust really, really badly. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go ahead and take our canned air here. I'm gonna use the little attachment, the little hose attachment. This is a high pressure nozzle. If you take off the nozzle, it'll actually blow more volume. So you can see we just blew away some of the dust. But if you put on the little red piece, then of course you get a little bit more, you know, a little bit more fine action. But the problem with canned air is as the can gets colder, you start to lose pressure, and eventually I'm gonna start getting a little woozy. But as you keep using it, the can gets colder and colder and can even frost over, and you lose air pressure. And it doesn't take long to achieve that. It's starting to kind of frost up inside there, so we're losing pressure. It's uncomfortable to hold. So let's go ahead and try out the Hurricane. And we'll actually take off the brush attachment. We'll use the little flex hose here. That is so freaking loud. But if you take the brush attachment, you can see we didn't make a whole big difference there in the texture. But if we put on the brush attachment, then we can actually start Sorry guys, I'm gonna do what I can to keep the volume down, but that's incredibly loud. The one thing that makes the brush attachment nice though is you can get in the motherboard and other circuits and get all that dust off without causing any damage. Now there's not really much else to say about it other than, unfortunately, it is incredibly loud. But if you consider the fact that canned air also loses pressure very quickly, this thing doesn't. As long as it has a charge, it's going to continue to blow air. And you can keep your system safe, and you're not going to have any of that terrible bitter agent that's going to be in the air when you use this stuff to keep people from doing abusive things with it. And you're never going to run out of air. It actually has its benefits. So that's it for today's video. I know it's kind of a short one, but how much can you really say about a canless air system? And I guess another benefit to this thing is that if you guys have small animals, you could actually have tons of fun, if you know what I mean. But anyway, that's it guys. Make sure you check out the links down in the description. If you guys sign up for Mass Drop, like I said, it's entirely free. You're entered into a giveaway where someone is gonna win one of these courtesy of Mass Drop. So there we go. Thanks for watching guys. I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and I'm gonna start getting back to work on this thing because, yeah, I kind of want to keep playing GTA 5 and stuff, and as you can see, can't.